We're in the place they call. The United Center in Chicago, the home of the Bulls, where today we'll be broadcasting live. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us. From the sideline. Looking at Chicago, they want to turn it around after that loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers. You showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But two other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become, and it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
On the basket by Jones. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, I got a few minutes with Billy Donovan. He talked about the dual threat that Victor Oladipo poses for their team. Coach says you have to tip your hat to the work Oladipo has put in to improve his game. He impacts the ball on both sides of the floor. Guys, they know that now that Victor is back, he's again a big game changer. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Now here's ball. Following the missed shot by DeAndre Hunter. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
And using every bit of that large frame for the exclamation point. Vucevic, a force around the rim.
And although the passes aren't flashy by any means, Nikola Vucevic, a very effective playmaker at the pivot.
And Vucevic is very calm when pressed. Reads the defense well and makes the simple but impactful pass. Great in dribble handoffs. It's a big reason he averages almost 4 assists a game.
From deep, Williams. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2. Over in the corner, Cunningham. The Thunder with another miss. It's been a quick start here for Chicago. Back to ball. Right side, Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. And it's Cunningham with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Trailing by 4. It's Oladipo on the wing. Right wing. Cunningham inside. And the rejection by Jackson. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. The drive-by ball. Can't hit from in close.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
Oladipo taking his time here. To the right side. Cunningham inside.
You know what, though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
Here's Vucevic.
It's good to see Rozier improving as a playmaker. Passes like this help make his guys better players.
Here's Cunningham. Second chance shot. He takes it up and lays it in.
With that now, only 2 of 7 to start the game. Not the start he was hoping for.
Takes a step back. Here's Ball, and he comes up with the deuce. Ball's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
.106 left here in the opening quarter. Pass to Reddish. Shot clock at 6. Oladipo misses. The Bulls leading by 4. Nobody near Williams. Again, Chicago.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Here is Cunningham. There's 37 seconds left in the first. Out to the right wing. And he's good on the 3-ball.
A 42% three-point shooter in college, Hunter continues to shine beyond the arc.
Outside Williams. No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Too smooth. Oladipo down the lane with such ease. His agility really gives him an edge.
Outside Jackson. Over Cunningham. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so the first quarter is in the books. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Bulls.
They've gotten a lot of high-quality shots in the paint early on. That was clearly part of their game plan coming in.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super. so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Now here's Brooks.
You want your bigs playing big. Rips it down in traffic.
Outside Aldridge. On deep. And Okoro pulls it down. Thunder trailing by 4. The drive by Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
A little undersized at the 4, but he can get off the ground.
Pass to Aldridge. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. And the Bulls with another miss.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. And as great a player as LaMarcus Aldridge is, at times his defense can be a concern, only getting tougher for him as he ages.
LaMarcus Aldridge, GA, will be able to score forever. Defending pick and rolls, keeping up with mobile bigs, that's a problem right now later in his career. Limiting minutes and picking up matchups might be the best way to disguise this.
Aldridge. That's in there. Thomas with the assist.
That's just the money area for LaMarcus. That's the shot you want your offense to produce.
Drives to the hoop. And the shot goes in from Fultz.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Here's Young. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Backed by great length, I call Young a reliable interior scoring option.
Astenaji, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Naji's got the game tied up here for Oklahoma City. Outside Aldridge. Back to Thomas. In the corner, it's Aldridge. From downtown, knocks down the 3-ball. Aldridge has got 5 points so far.
Love the play call, getting Aldridge something within the flow of the offense.
There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That's his first foul. Quarter 2, and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Stolen away.
That's going to drive your coach crazy. Protect the basketball. He lost focus for 1 second. There goes the possession.
Here's Craig. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Fultz. And finished off by Fultz.
And for a point guard, Fultz is a great dunker. I mean, he gets up quickly off the ground to slam that one home.
Here's Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy. Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
Here's Aldridge. The shot, no good. And the Thunder going the other way now. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's Craig. And that one is off.
He liked to have that one back. That's easy money.
Here's Barnes. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Thunder have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. No good on that one.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Now here's ball. Pass to Vucevic. Outside Williams. From outside the arc. Barnes grabs the miss. It's stolen by Vucevic. And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's Williams. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the half. Clock at 6. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
The defense cannot afford to give him an inch that close to the basket because he will burn you every time.
The Thunder have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. And that one misses. Good on the second free throw. Now ball. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock.
All this means is he has to be careful. Don't want to pick up a cheapie and get sent to the bench with 3 fouls.
Bulls shooting their first free throws of the evening. Ball hits them both. Here is Cunningham. Into the lane. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Here's Hunter. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Chicago leading. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Over in the corner, Williams. His 3-pointers off the mark. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done different, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
I can understand both of those.
Yes.
Here is Cunningham. He's got 5, and it's good. 2 points. Cunningham's got it all tied up now for the Thunder.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Here's ball. Following the basket by Cam Reddish. It's stolen by Reddish. Jones with it. Williams picks him up. And it's slammed in by Jones.
And when Oladipo makes passes like that, his team kicks into a whole new gear offensively.
Williams for 3. The Thunder pull it in.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. That's his first foul. Here's Hunter. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And now a 7-point Oklahoma City lead. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Chicago Bulls. Outside for Jackson. Over Cunningham. Here's Vucevic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Cam Reddish.
You know, and a 7-footer that can play the entire court. Vucevic is a tough cover because of that versatility.
The Thunder leading by 6. Oladipo draws the double. Over to the wing. Driving to the basket. Cunningham gets the bucket.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
And Insanity picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Over to the left wing. With the drive.
Oh, did you see that?
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
What it was, they are getting better shots, which has gotten them into a rhythm, and they're knocking down everything.
It's stolen by Reddish. A wide open look here for Oladipo. A three-pointer off the mark. Bulls trailed by 10. Williams with the ball. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. To the wing on the left. Driving in. And Cunningham with the slam.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And the defense knows he's relentless. You have to try and match that intensity.
Now, here's ball. Comes up empty down low.
Very cold start to the second half. 1 for 5, looking for some continuity.
Some changes for Chicago. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And here are the Thunder now. They're on a 15-3 run right now. Brooks right side. There's the triple. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Bulls trailed by 10. We've got 1:18 left here in the third quarter. Powell in the high post.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. .52 seconds left in the third quarter. To the inside. Looking for Young. He gets it there. The shot comes out, and it's Oklahoma City the other way. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
So he gets them both.
And the explosiveness of Fultz really is incredible. Just he's effortless in terms of getting where he wants on the court.
Now here's Aldridge over Barnes. Count it from 12. Aldridge has got 9.
And just using the natural advantage he has, he can see over the top of the defense.
And let's also add, he has touch from there. That's a solid shot for him.
Fouled beyond the arc, and he almost hit the shot. He'll go to the line for 3.
Just a real solid all-around player. Brooks that time drawing the foul.
That one is no good. And he nails the third.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
Inside. And Young slams it home.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. And so it's Oklahoma City holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game in. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. The Thunder leading by 8. Here's Fultz. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. A different look for Oklahoma City. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, Oklahoma City's coach had some advice for the team during the last break. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
And now we've got the intentional foul. And so here is Oklahoma City. 6-point game. Driving inside. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
When inspired, Reddish is a good rebounder. Great physical tools at 6'7" with a 7'1" wingspan.
Here's Vucevic. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Pass to Hunter. And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That's foul number 2 for him. A few possessions into the 4th quarter, just over a minute played. Here is Cunningham. Oladipo outside. Just 5 on the clock. Stolen by Ball. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. It's blocked. Oladipo left side. Pass to Cunningham. And there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And still early in the period, and they're only 1 foul away from being over the limit.
And Jones has it in the corner. Now Hunter. He's covered by Ball. 4 on the clock. And that one's good. Hunter. And the Thunder lead by 9.
How about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Pass to Hunter. Here he goes. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. That one on Vucevic.
The effort on that play from Hunter manages to get everything he could hope for.
And right now at about 85% from the line, that's up from where it was in that first half.
That's just his first turnover of the night. What a steady, efficient game he's played thus far.
Greg, it's pretty typical for players of the past to talk about current players and say they may have struggled had they played when I played. What do you think of that line of thinking?
You know, I just don't agree with that. And I think we all do that. We all feel like our era was the best. I had the same thoughts being passed my way when I first came into the league.
I'm sure.
The reality is these guys work just as hard as guys worked back in our era. They just have more understanding of what their value is. And in a lot of ways, they've got more courage to speak out because, you know, let's face it, they're more of a bullseye on their back in today's era with social media than we've ever seen before.
That is true.
The length Hunter possesses can disrupt a shooter. Really tough to overcome that.
Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Williams outside. And Oladipo pulls it down.
At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Looking to end the run. Unable to get that one. The Thunder leading by 14. To the wing right side. Rozier with the steal. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Here's Ball. Good work defensively by Jones.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Oklahoma City.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Champ.
Ooh, he put on a clinic tonight. Terrific vision, sees the whole floor, and he hits guys in their spots with pinpoint dimes.
Yeah, they sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. That's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
And that was a risky pass. Fortunate that the D didn't get that one. It was in the air for a long time.
Picked him clean. Now, here's Reddish. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest.